everybody doing today? Friends and family, welcome back to another video. As always, I hope everybody's having a blessed day. If not, I will be praying that it gets better. Now, in today's video, we will be learning how to move mountains, what it actually means, and how to apply it. So sit back, relax, listen, comprehend, and learn to view the world through the eyes of the prophet. Alright guys, so we're just gonna jump right into the video, and to start things off, we are going to be reading you the verse. This story of Jesus and the fig tree is mentioned in Mark chapter 11, and also it's mentioned in Matthew chapter 21, I believe. But we're going to be reading the verse out of Mark. I do prefer one over the other. And after we read it, then I'll let you know why I chose that one to read from and not the other. So let's get into it really quickly. And I'm going to be reading this out of the English Standard Version. And there's no particular reason, only that it's a little easier to understand. But basically, whatever version you read, the teaching is the same. On the following day, when they came from Bethany, he was hungry. And it's talking about Jesus. Jesus was hungry. And seeing in the distance a fig tree in a leaf, he went to see if he could find anything on it. When he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. And he said to it, "May no one ever eat fruit from you again." And his disciples heard it. So his disciples heard them that morning. He was hungry and he cursed the fig tree because it had no fruit. Well, the next part, we're not going to really read the next part, but basically what happens, Jesus goes and he flips the tables over. You're not yourself when you're hungry, right? Maybe he got mad and flipped the tables because he was hungry. Who knows? Just a little joke I heard from a guy I knew when I was in college. That being said, let's go back to the lesson. The lesson from the withered fig tree. As they passed by in the morning, they saw the fig tree withered away to its roots. And Peter remembered and said to him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered." And Jesus answered them, "Have faith in God. Truly, I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be taken up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. And whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father also, who is in heaven, may forgive you your trespasses." Alright, so we're going to break this down just a little bit. In order to move mountains, all we need is faith, right? But the first step to take is to forgive. You must forgive anybody who has done wrong to you, whether they are your enemies or your friends, whether they were your friends and are no longer your friends. You must forgive anybody and everybody. Hold no grudge and hold nothing against anybody. Just forgive them and wish them the best. Pray for them to succeed in whatever they are doing. Pray for them to see the wrong that they have done for you and to learn from it. Not to be punished for it, but to learn from it and to grow. That is true forgiveness. That is true love. Not to wish bad upon them, but to wish them fortune. That's the first thing you must do. Now, let's get into the reason why I chose this passage to read from and not the other. In the other passage, what happens is Jesus curses the fig tree, and it basically happens instantly. As soon as he says it, it withers. Well, even though the stories are different, the meaning is the same. The reason I like the story in Mark better, and I'm using the story of Mark, is because this pertains to us as a whole. This pertains to everybody. Jesus can literally say it and it be done right then and there. We have no realization of God. We do not know who God is, and we do not have faith. So the story in Mark is better because it shows you that time must pass. And you must absolutely continue in your faith and believe that what you want is supposed to happen. That's how you move the mountains. The other verse is an advanced level of spiritualism and understanding. This verse is the level that we are all at. So when you hear Hollywood, the actors, singers, and all of them say that they are moving mountains, or I move mountains, or anything that in particular that has to do with moving mountains, it's because they understand that all they had to do was believe that they could move the mountain, was to believe that whatever it is that they desired to be, whoever that they wanted to be, would come to pass. And this goes back, when you look into the verse, Jesus says to have faith in God, right? And in that verse, the fig tree, it didn't wither away instantly. In that verse, the fig tree took a whole day before it withered away. Well, Jesus says, if you believe that it will come to pass, it will be. So he said, nobody will eat fruit from you, and he believed it. The next day, it withered away. It was dead. It was not going to bear any fruit for anybody to enjoy or to eat. And then he says, you can do the same thing with this mountain. You see that mountain right there? You can say, get up and go to the sea. Jump into the sea. Move to the sea. Move over there into the sea. You must believe, right? And even though it doesn't happen instantly, because of the level we are at, where we think we are separate from God, where we have no power, we will see that that mountain is not moving. We will see that we believed, or so we think, that that mountain is going to move, and it doesn't. It's to test our faith. That's what it is. It's testing your faith. Do you really want that mountain to move? If you do, believe that it has moved, even if you don't see it with your eyes. Come back tomorrow, come back next week, come back next month, come back in a year, a couple of years, whatever it may be. But say to that mountain to move. Let it be. Forget about it. Believe that it has happened. And when you come back, that mountain won't be where you last saw it. That mountain will be in the sea because of your faith, because you have believed, and it came to pass. Coming to pass does not mean instantly. Coming to pass means sometime in the future. This is a prime example of speaking it into existence. And how can we go about this in our everyday life? What is it that you want to do? What do you want to be? Now, apply it. Apply it with God, apply it with faith, and it will come to pass. If you apply it with your own understanding, with your own abilities, you will fail. And if you do not fail, you won't be happy when it comes to pass. There's a difference. With God, everything is achieved and everything is blissful. Without God, you aren't happy. Without God, you may or may not achieve it. It's a 50-50. With God, you will achieve it. And so say you want to be an inspiring writer. Well, believe that you are that writer. Believe that it will come to pass. Start writing your stories, whether they are good or bad. Just continue to write. Publish them however you have to publish them. Let people read them for free if you have to. Whatever you have to do, do it believing that you are a writer. And that's the frequency that your reality will eventually match up to. It will come to pass. Don't beat yourself up about it if it sucks. As nice as I can put it. But don't be hard on yourself. Let yourself fail, so to speak. Because everybody fails. Nobody gets it right perfectly. Everything comes with experience and learning. But if you do it with God, you will be happy. You will write. And then inspiration will come from the divine. Inspiration will come from God. And when you get that inspiration, act upon it. Write it out. Continue every day to get better. And at some point you will be that inspiring writer that you believed to be. You must have unwavering faith. You must believe that it will come to pass and live as if it has passed. And I'm telling you, your reality will have no other choice but to match up with your belief. God gave it to you. God showed you the way. God gave you the tools. Be happy about it. If you do it with God, there's no failing. If you do it without God, there's a 50-50 chance. Maybe the numbers are even worse. It's like 25-75. When you do it with God, if you have not noticed, does Hollywood look like they are happy? They look very depressed. You might think that because they have the money, that their life is better than yours. Money doesn't buy happiness. Don't let them fool you, because on the inside, they are dying. On the inside, they are a slave to the system. They took the easy way out. In this day and age, you have the ability to work for it yourself and to earn it yourself. And of course, when I say yourself, you're not doing it of your own power and of your own will. You're doing it of God. If you do it of your own power and of your own will, you will look to other places for happiness. You will come to alcohol, to drugs, and whatever else you think may satisfy that craving for happiness. Do it with God, and you will always be happy. Am I saying that it's impossible for you to fail? No. The only difference is with God, what you would consider to fail is only you falling down. But God is there to pick you up. I'm telling you, if you think God is telling you to stop, then you're wrong. God is with you every step of the way, and you must believe that. God is here to help you, not to stop you. If you do it with God, always in mind, keep God in mind all the time. Stay faithful. All those times you fall are just your test. It's God saying, do you really want this? Are you sure you want this? And all you have to do is say yes. And how do you say yes? You keep going. That's all it is. It's just Him testing you. He's like, you haven't changed your mind yet? He's like, I'm not trying to change your mind, but I just want to be sure that this is what you want. And then you're going to receive your breakthrough. I'm telling you, continue to push forward, continue to have faith, and continue to believe. And it will come to pass. Just because it doesn't come to pass tomorrow or the next day, stay at it. It'll come to pass next month, next year, maybe in a couple of years. Everybody's experiences are different. Everybody's lessons must be learned. You must learn your lessons. Depending on how much you need to learn is how fast and how long it will take for you to succeed. But you will succeed if you believe it. That's how you move mountains, and that's what it means to move mountains. That whatever you believe will come to pass, it will be. I used to take it as that mountain will literally get up, walk, and go into the sea, or get thrown into the sea. I used to take it as it will instantly happen. And because of that, I never learned my lesson. I never learned that I must learn patience. We need that patience, guys. And if you're waiting for that mountain to come to the sea, if you're waiting for that mountain to move into the sea, you're working on your patience. Your spiritual lessons may only be of patience. If that's the case, it might take a little longer for you to succeed. But have fun doing it and do it with God. Be happy doing it and trust God is with you. Because He is. He's with us all the time, and we are ignorant and naive. We look beyond Him. We are so quick to blame Him when something happens, but so quick to take the credit ourselves. We may mention God once or twice and thank Him, but after that, our story consists of, I had to do this, I had to do that. Our stories consist of I, me, when it should be God, God, God. When you do it with God, only then will you succeed. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I love you guys. I pray that you prosper. I pray that you grow. And I pray that you receive all that you desire. This has been The Prophet, and I'm out.